And what was that one called?
I don't know. It's in this book, and it's called page 1.
How long have you been learning now?
15 years.
Excellent, excellent. Well, hello.
Hello, and welcome to Fireside Chat number, I can't believe this, we are already up to number 7.
In just one short year. But a lot's happened since that first one. The governments have fallen.
Yeah, not as a direct result, of course,
well,
of Fireside Chat.
You'd say that, but...
Maybe we've helped. Maybe we've helped. But we're going to start this week with a little item from a chap called Henrique. And Henrique is better known to the world as Alan Goodall, or maybe Alan Goodall is better known to the world as Henrique. But Alan has been writing in the Magic Press for many, many years. And this was a little item that he published 30 years ago. And I just happened to come across it and read it, and I thought, oh, that's nice. Anyway, I'll show it. And imagine that John is a small child. Not too difficult, I shouldn't think.
Small.
Child, anyway. And even if the child doesn't particularly know anything about cards, this is not going to be a card trick, it just happens to use cards. So this is a nice way also of using up old packs. You've seen it.
Oh, that's what kids used to say to me.
So you say, look,
out.
a pile of cards, I'm not using a full pack here, but a pile of cards, you can take any one you want. Oh, not that one. No, not that one. I don't want you to take that one. Which one do you want? It's a completely free choice.
I'll have that one.
That one?
That one.
Do you want to change it?
No, I want that one.
You sure you don't want to change
it? King there.
What is it?
It's the king.
Ah, well, you know that some it's not that important, but some cards are much more important than others. Now, I don't know if this one is, well, we'll see. What you do is you fold it in half, like that, fold it in half again, and then you have to tear a little bit off the bottom. Now, if you're very lucky, because in each pack of cards they give away a little something. Let's have a look. If I just keep tearing, I think, you know, you might be lucky. You chose the King of Hearts, and would you believe it? But in here, and if you just reach in there, look at that. Oh. There's a little coin actually inside.
It's a 10p piece. For
now
me.
this you can use.
Can I keep that there?
No.
Yeah.
This is entirely impromptu, but you could use it if you were wandering around in a restaurant or anything where there are children. It doesn't matter what card is chosen because you've simply got the 10p piece. The card is given to you and your hand covers it. And all you've got to do now is fold the coin inside the card. The hardest bit is actually tearing the card because you've got 4 thicknesses now. But if you start right in the corner, no, that's far too hard.
You start with a coin, you could build up to a rabbit or something.
Very small.
A white tiger or anything along those lines.
But the key thing, as Henrique says, is that you actually let the child see the coin and remove it themselves.
It's nice.
And so they just take a little memento. It's a bit like producing a coin from a child's ear or something like that. So there we are.
Very nice.
Little idea from Henrique. Okay. Now, what's this doing here?
This just a little story. I've just recently come back from working on a cruise ship, and I do work for the adults on the cruise ship. It's not a children's show, and it was a big 2,000-seat theatre, packed out, and I was short of material. And this is a little trick called Nitty Bang Bang, and it saved my life. I thought, well, if I could perhaps squeeze a children's trick in, I can get away with doing a 45-minute show. I've basically got a routine which is got a lot of English slang in it, and I found out that 90% of the boat were Americans. So I was going. They wouldn't have me calling it a boat, by the way, as well. It's a ship. 90% of the passengers on the ship were Americans, and I thought they're not going to get the routine. I'm going to be short of material. So I popped in Nitty Bang Bang. Went to do the show and looked out at the audience, asked if there were any children in, not one, not a single child. So I thought, well, do I get an adult out to do this? And I thought, we'll lack the cute factor. And then, just about halfway through the show, just at the point when I would have been wanting to do this, I saw a family walking down the aisle with a small child, and he walked straight down the aisle, and without being asked, straight up the stairs and onto the stage.
What did you think he was doing?
Well, I think his dad had sent him ahead to look for seats. very often the seats fill from the back forwards because people don't want to get picked on by the acts, so the back rows are all full.
Right.
And I think the dad had said, well, go and see if there's any seats at the front, and sent him down the aisle, and this kid had run down and mistakenly just carried on up the stairs straight onto the stage because he'd not been in the theatre before. And I could see his parents beckoning him to come off, and of course I grabbed hold of him and said, "Oh, no, come on, come on." Found him at a stool, sat him at the front of the stage, said, "You can watch." And I spent 10 minutes doing Nitty Bang Bang, and it absolutely brought the house down. Partially because people thought I'd outlived the whole thing, because it was quite clear.
Well, in one sense you had.
Well, I had, but I'd taken it with me. It was kind of a planned ad-lib. I was really hoping there'd be a child there. But we've actually recorded the routine that I do with it in the studio this afternoon. But we didn't have any audience, so it maybe falls a bit flat when it's performed to nobody. But it actually brought down the house. I got a standing ovation.
Well, it brought down the studio as well.
Yeah, I got a standing ovation on the cruise ship, which is the first one I've got. I got it with Nitty Bang Bang.
This, by the way, if you don't know it, I mean, basically it's needle through balloon, and it uses very small props. You could use it as a lead-in for a balloon routine if you wanted to, or it will stand alone. It's absolutely perfect for children. We've put it out for many, many years, and you'll find a video presentation of it on the site. But this afternoon, as John said, John did his own slightly idiosyncratic version of Nitty Bang Bang. So if you've not considered this before,
all the gags and everything that I use in it,
or if you have the prop and want to do something a little different, then do have a look. So there we are, Nitty Bang Bang. Well, talking of new props, I have a couple here. These are from Gary James, and this is a lovely little thing called the birthday wand. And if I just twist the bottom, quite a loud, nice
so for
sound.
those who can't play guitar, you could actually carry one of these.
And people would be completely fooled because they would assume that it was the real thing. But Gary has a nice routine where this actually finds the birthday child. He taps the head of each child at a party until he comes to the birthday child, and only then does the wand actually play. And there's another way of using it, which is sometimes children are disappointed at a birthday party that they haven't been used. And that reflects on you, because the child might have been to another party of yours and you didn't pick them that time, you didn't pick them this time. But this way the wand actually chooses the child.
So it's the wand's fault. The wand did it.
The wand did it, yes.
And you can use that as an excuse throughout life. It was the wand.
It comes with quite a few ideas. So that's a new little item called the birthday wand. And I was showing John this earlier this afternoon. Sold.
I've got one of these.
You'll be amazed to hear John actually bought something.
I did.
But there we are. Perhaps you'd like to talk through.
Well, it's just.
Have you got your microphone there?
I have. It's just. It's a little. I've even got the one that I bought as well.
This is the.
Here. Look,
I didn't need to unwrap this one.
You see, you can. Yeah, well, can't sell that now.
Pro Show mic clip. This is.
It's a very nice little microphone clip. It's very nicely made. I mean, you can make them out of coat hangers and things, but this is a lovely, professionally made one, and it.
One of the things I like about it is it's actually got some noise deadening foam rubber where it actually goes in.
There we go.
And completely adjustable.
Completely adjustable, and it's nice. And I like the fact it's all nice and black.
And this, I mean, we ought to point out that this also will take just about any sort of microphone. I mean, obviously, if it's only as thick as your finger.
I always carry this as a spare in case the headset mic goes down. I've never had to use it yet, but I shall feel a little bit more confident having one of these packed in the bag with it. So that's why that's why I've.
So that is a Pro Show mic.
I bought one myself. Every time I come here, I buy something now. It was the little silk cabbie last month.
Well, that was a very, very clever link.
It was a segue
to the next item, because I had an email from Connie Ray in Sweden after last month's Fireside Chat, in which John showed a silk cabbie, the silk cabbie that we put out. And Connie Ray sent me, I'm just going to come over to the camera and actually hold this a little closer so you can see it.
We do the low-tech way. We could actually cut this in later, but...
well, we'll stick to what we're doing. But Connie sent me this picture, which is where he's converted the silk cabbie into what looks like a little house. And obviously with this, this immediately makes it a more appealing trick for younger children, because this could be either a magic shop in which strange things happen, or a spooky house in which even stranger things happen. But I thought that was a lovely idea of Connie's, just with the most simple means, just putting little white window, little white door on there, and you've suddenly got a trick that is going to be very appealing to a different age of child. So there we are, that is from Connie Ray. I also was in contact with someone called Ray Cooper, and Ray tells me that he has a set of Magigram which he would like to part with. So if there is somebody who would like, I have a feeling it is a complete set.
Complete set of Magigram?
Well, certainly almost complete. So if anybody would like a complete set, first person to contact me, I will put them in touch with Ray, and I hope they find a happy home. So we've covered the guitar, we've covered that and that. I sent out just recently a newsletter, and by the way, if you haven't signed up for our newsletter, please do. This is an email newsletter which comes about once a month, in which we try to highlight some of the new things that we're bringing out. And one of the things that we're going to do on the website is put up a gallery of customers using practical magic props. Again, with high tech, I'm going to leap into action.
These could all be cut in beautifully. We could use the
sensor round. But here we are with some of the pictures that have been sent to us already. These are going to go on the website, and they're all practical magic customers using practical magic props. So if you have a picture of yourself, either one that you have to specially stage or one that you've already got, provided it shows you nice and clearly and shows the prop nice and clearly, then please send it along. Send it in, and we will put it on the website.
We're also in the process of setting up a Facebook fan page for Practical Magic, where we'll put all the Fireside Chat. That's my area of expertise.
Your project.
It's my little project. We're going to set up a Facebook fan page. We'll put all the Fireside Chats together. We'll put the customer photographs on there, and maybe get a little web community going there, and let people comment on practical props and things like that.
Lovely.
So we're going to look out for that. If you're on Facebook, look out for it. It is there at the moment, but there's no content on it as of yet. But there will be soon.
So there's not much to see, really.
No, but you know.
But
by always like it. It's got 1 like so far. That was me.
Good. Well, every oak tree started off as a little acorn, John. Anyway, there we are. That wraps up another Fireside Chat. That was number 7.
Well, I think all that's left is for you to play us out.
You would like me to play once again?
Yes, play us out.
Could I have my my pick, as we call it? Is it not over there?
Your
I
pick?
don't know what. Oh, it's here. It's here.
Oh, your pick.
So you're probably hoping that I'm going to play something completely different.
Well, I'd probably quite like to hear page 1 again.
Would you?
Yeah.
That's very convenient. Here we go
So,
then.
ladies and gentlemen, page 1.
With page 1, yet again. Let's see if I've improved. Takes me about a quarter of an hour to get my fingers into position.
Excellent.
Lightning speed. Bit clunky.
I'm so jealous. I could never play guitar.
Well, you told me you only had 1 lesson.
I couldn't play after 1 lesson, so I left.
I don't think you really gave it
I've still got the
fair...
guitar. I had 1 lesson and it didn't come together.
Well, there we are. Anyway, we'll try and talk a little more about magic next time rather than guitars. So with that, thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye.